Okay, so I don't really know how to start this, but hopefully I have enough storage on my phone because I am filming this on my phone. But like this has to be done and I just don't have time to I'm also busy today, so I have to film this super quickly. But anyways, as you can tell from the title of this video, that's what I'm gonna be explaining today since everybody wants to lie about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna start from the beginning so like you guys can have a background story of like how all this happened. So basically I was dating this guy for like 2 years and seemed fine, everything. Like he was really good with his words, super good liar apparently, which I didn't find out until recently, like literally a month ago. So yeah, we were dating and like it was going good first couple months. He was like super sweet, just like everything you would like want in a guy. Anyways, like he was like in school, like university, whatever. Super nice, would like pay for everything in the beginning, which like I don't really care if like you pay for shit or not. It's just like it's nice, like for a change. But yeah, so that was going good for a while, and then we started dating in September, like literally in a couple days actually would have been our 2 years. And then I don't know, a couple months later, this girl that I know, she was like, hey, like your boyfriend was like asking my friend to hook up after the club, which he like was at that weekend, after the club, and I didn't believe her, so I like was like, no, like you're crazy, whatever, because she also like, I don't know, I guess like talked to my boyfriend in the past, whatever. So then we ended up having beef, but her friend, like my boyfriend, literally added her friend to a group chat with both of us and is like, what is she saying, like blah blah blah, all this stuff. And then the girl ended up like denying, and she was like, no, like we're just friends, like that would never happen, whatever. And I guess he texted her before and was like going along with it, but I didn't find this out until recently. This is not like what the story is about, but this is just like another situation, but that's like a whole other story. So like shit like that just started to happen. Like he would just like like a lot of people would tell me that he's being like weird, like with other girls. Like I saw him at the club doing this, like I saw him on the weekend doing this, whatever. And I would never believe anybody because he was like, how guys are, I guess they make shit sound so believable. And he was like, no, I'd never do that, like I love you, blah blah blah, all this stuff, just like straight bullshit. So that went on for a couple months, and then I would like jokingly accuse, I guess, and I guess it was pretty frequently, I would like jokingly accuse, I'd be like, oh, like you're probably cheating on me, haha, whatever. And he would end up getting mad and he would never show me his phone, nothing. So okay, I'm just gonna fast forward until like super recently. This is like how we broke up, but he was at my house and I asked him to show me his phone, and I was like, open like these snaps from these girls. So he did, and one of the girls was like, wrote on a snap, she was like, come back. And I was like, what is this, like what do you mean, like what does she mean? And he was like, oh, probably because we were having like a conversation, like whatever, like she probably just might come back like in the chat. And I was like, okay, so can you show me the chat then? And he was like no, like you don't need to see the chat, whatever, blah blah blah. And at this point I'm like, okay, like right, like if it wasn't like what I think it was, then you would have no issue showing me the chat, you know what I mean? So he didn't end up showing me the chat, so I got super mad and I was like, okay, leave. Because I was gonna go to school, like in Ontario, I moved, but I was gonna go to school there, so I was like living with roommates and stuff, right across from the school. So I wasn't with my parents, and I also haven't been living with my parents for like a year and a couple months at this point. I am now, but at this point I wasn't. So I was like, okay, like fucking leave, like whatever, like you're literally cheating, like if you can't show me the chat but like it's nothing, then like you're literally like lying, like you know what I mean, like just super sus shit. So I ended up leaving, and I was like, hey, if you walk out the door without showing me, then I'm literally blocking you and we're done. So he walked out and I blocked him, and he texted me on iMessage and he was like, why'd you block me, blah blah blah. And I was like, I literally told you if you leave without showing me your phone, we're done. So then he goes home and he's like, okay, fine, I'll show you. Yeah, ironically, all the chats disappeared. Like, do you think I'm dumb? So, anyways, that was how initially we ended up breaking up, but how I found out about him sleeping with my, like, friend, like, really good friend that I also worked with. He ended up confessing because he came back a couple days later and told me. So basically what happened, so I worked with this girl and we started hanging out. We were like super good friends, or so I thought. She never gave me like any, like, you know, like, I don't know, she just seemed like a good person, which she completely was not. So anyways, come to find out, he literally cheated on me with her back in August at this music festival named, like, it was called Veld in Toronto. And I honestly think it was planned because I asked him to go and he was like I didn't have a job at the time, so, and like, you know, like all his friends and shit were going, and I asked him to go and I was like, okay, I'll just pay you back. And then he like was like, no, basically. And I was like, okay. And then the friend of my friend was like, I'll get you a ticket, like just pay me back, whatever. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, oh, like I'm not even gonna end up going anymore. She ends up going. So I'm thinking like, you know, like this is planned, like they literally planned this, which I like thought about after he told me and like admitted this. But I was like, okay, like this was like definitely fucking planned because neither of them wanted me to go. And she had a second Snapchat, and you know how like on Snapchat it shows like your number one best friend is also their number one best friend. So that was beside my boyfriend and hers. They had the same emoji on Snapchat. So I was like, okay, like it was definitely planned, you know. So I asked him about it and he was like, oh, probably because like we were all Snapchatting at Veld, like trying to find out where everybody was, whatever. Like, really do you think I'm dumb? Okay, anyways, so yeah, they're like, and he hung out with me before going too, and I was like, as a joke, I was like, hey, like don't cheat on me, haha, like whatever. Ends up cheating on me. And he keeps it from me for a year, and then up until what I was just talking about, like how I like kicked him out because of that snap that like he opened from some random girl. So he comes back and I'm like, okay, like forgiving him because I don't know, he was like crying and I was like, okay, like maybe he like, you know, like does mean it, whatever. So I was like, okay, we can get back together. We were like drinking too, so I was like, okay, like it's fine, we can get back together. And he starts crying and I'm like, why are you crying, why are you crying? And he's like, and then he ends up telling me like, oh, like I cheat on you with, you know, and I obviously was literally heartbroken, so I like screamed and like couldn't breathe and I was crying, and I actually had to end up like going to the hospital the next day because yeah, I was just like completely, you know. So that happened, and then I asked the girl, I was like, so like he cheated on me with you? And I guess she was with her boyfriend, who she so-called loves so much, even though literally her entire relationship with him, she cheated on him like daily with multiple guys. But so I asked her, I was like, oh, like so he cheated on me with you? And she was with her boyfriend, and so she replied and she was like, what? No, like what is he saying, blah blah blah, so that her boyfriend didn't see because he was watching her on her phone when she opened the message from me, I guess. So yeah, she was like, no, like what do you mean, whatever. And then I guess she logged back into her second Snapchat account, texted my boyfriend and was like, go along with it, blah blah blah. And I don't know why he did, but he was like, okay. So he texted so they were texting on Instagram after, so that her boyfriend could see. And he was like, oh no, like I just need a reason for her to leave me, like me, meaning me, because he's going along with her lies so that her boyfriend doesn't see. Which is like, if you like, the entire time I was friends with her, he was talking shit about her, saying, oh, she's gross, she's not a good friend, blah blah blah, whatever, she's not a good friend, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well why? And he would never give me an answer, but I guess that was why. So if like he talked shit about her this entire time we were friends, why would you go along with her lie to her boyfriend? Like why would you even care at that point? So yeah, he said that, and then I just needed a reason for her to leave me, meaning me. because he's not good for me, all this stuff, like just going along with her lie completely. And I'm like, okay, what the, like, what? Like, who does that? You know what I mean? So so that happens, and then she sends me the screenshot of him saying that about me. So I'm obviously like, hey, what the, so I screenshot it and send it to him, and he's like, oh, like that was just to go along with her lie. And I was like, what? Why are you going along with this girl's lie when you literally cheated on me with her? Like, why do you care? You know what I mean? Like that's super weird. Okay, I'm gonna get like screenshots now. Also, another thing, so I literally hung out with her, and then she left my house, like we were drinking, whatever. She left my house to go hang out with this girl that she, like, again, would always talk shit about. And I should have known she was like a bad friend. She literally talks shit about everybody. So like, why wouldn't she about me? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't she do slimy stuff about me? Or about me, like say slimy stuff about me, you know? So this is where it gets. So anyways, she leaves to go hang out with this girl, and I guess like she's super drunk, whatever, because like we did drink a lot. And hold on, the girl she was with like posted like a video of them or something like on her story, and my boyfriend knew that I didn't like this girl, and he knows that I was just hanging out with my friend. So he swipes up on this girl's story, and he was like, what the hell, like Aaron's with you guys, like what the hell? And well, okay, so another thing, this girl that I don't like, she would always call him at like 6 a.m. and be like, is Aaron with you, blah blah blah, like just super weird stuff. And this is the girl that I was talking about earlier in the video, where like her friend was like, yeah, like he was hitting her up after the club and everything. So this is that girl, which apparently I also found out that he cheated on me with as well, and like when that girl was telling me about that. I'm saying that girl a lot, but like I just don't have like other names for them, and I don't want to say like their names. So anyways, so he swipes up and he's like, what the hell, Aaron's with you guys? And I guess that girl that I don't like, who my friend is with, got her to take this video of her. This is my friend who I'm gonna play the video. This is what she says in the video. I'm not gonna show her face just for like, you know, but this is what she says.
Hi, we're not with Aaron. I'm just with me. I know you love me, but Aaron can suck a dick. Oh, what's up?
So she gets that girl that I don't like to send a video of her saying that to my boyfriend. And I was just hanging out with her. What the hell? So he screen records it and sends it to me, and I send it to her, and I'm like, oh yeah, after she sends that video, she has the audacity to text me, can you open tomorrow? I'm going up to my mom. She drove me to the doctor's appointment. I'm fucking pregnant again. Like, sorry to out you, but like you've already, like, you kind of tell everybody this anyways. So she says that, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, you literally just sent a video like talking shit about me to my boyfriend saying he loves you and shit. So I sent her the video, and I'm like, say word. And she's like, question mark? And I'm like, I sent her the video like again, and I'm like, listen to it, volume up, you hear or what? And she's like, who was that even sent to? I don't know what happened last night, so maybe stop. Telling me to stop. Okay. She was like, who is she even snapping? Like, I don't effing know. And I was like, so how am I involved? Why say I can, you know, like, hold on. Like, what do you mean you're involved? I don't effing even remember leaving fully. I was like, bruh, you went and linked the girl that I don't like. She told you shit about, and you say, Aaron can, what she said, because I'm not going to say that. And I was like, did you listen to the video or what? Are you not seeing what I said, question mark? And she's like, I can barely even open my eyes. I'm that shit, so I don't know what the context was. I'm asking her. So she's gonna ask the girl what the context was of her sending that video. And I was like, that's jokes, okay, and that involves me, question mark? And she's like, what do you mean involves you? And I'm like, bro, you literally said, in quotations, what she said. I was like, I did nothing to you. What are you not understanding? She's like, you go SS screenshot everything and run to my boyfriend's name. Why would I text you shit right now? And I was like, and then she's like, never said you did anything, never once, but you go run to my boyfriend's name. She's like, I wouldn't say that. And I was like, and you go link like the girl who she was talking shit about, of all people. Okay, let me know. She's like, just to say, as I'm blackout drunk, don't know what's going on. I was like, love to hear what she has to say. And she's like, will do, because I woke up still drunk, don't know what happened. So sorry for saying that, but I wouldn't just say it to say it. What do you mean you wouldn't just say it to say it? You did say it to say it. Like, what are you saying? Anyways, that was like like, what? So she texts my boyfriend on Instagram, and he says, I recently owned up and told Aaron truth because sick of lying, and she left me as she should. I'm not a good person. Like, shut up, bro. And then I guess she unblocks him, and she's like, want to stop causing more issues, Stuart Little? Like, what? Like, what kind of a diss? Like, you know, like, what? So I was like, so I text her, and I'm like, so you say my name? How does that make any sense? And she goes, and he was saying, why were you with us or something? I'm trying to make sense of what she's saying. Like, this is so confusing. Like I can't even read this. Like, I was like, still don't know why you'd say my name. Word, stop texting my boyfriend. She's like, I unblocked his ass and text him once, but nothing else. And I was like, yeah, stop texting him. Don't say my name to your rat ass friends either. Friends, like, partner, and I cherished it so much, but gave you so much resistance because I wasn't the best man for you. I am forever grateful that I even had opportunity to, where am I? Stop letting people feed off your good energy. Please stay pure and don't let this change you as much as you can. I love you so much. Fuck, I'm so damaged and need help. I love you. Please hate me. You deserve to. I hope you get everything you want in life times 1,000. I love you. Crying tears I didn't think I haven't cried for years. Worst way to go to sleep, but what I deserve for sending you to bed crying countless nights over the 21 months together. Rather grieve about the heartbreak and horrible sound you made when crashing to the floor because of how bad your heart hurts replaying in my head. I was like, before we were dating, I said, if you're gonna cheat, leave me. He's like, I know, you did. And I was like, no, you didn't. And he's like, and I deserve everything. You don't owe me an apology. Like, he goes out with his friend, I guess, in the town that I lived in, and apparently he came knocking on my door at 3 a.m. I didn't hear a single knock, doorbell ring, whatever. So I was like, no, you didn't. Like, what? And he's like, I literally did. Like, so he was like, he was like, my friend's inviting, I'm not gonna say his friend's name either, but he's like, my friend's inviting like these 2 girls over, the girl that he cheated on me with and her friend who is also exactly the same as her. And I was like, okay, whatever, have fun. And he's like, nah, F that. I want to come see you, like, let me over, whatever. He's like, we'll send proof. If you don't let me come over, I'm going home. He's like, okay, well, let me come over then, better proof. And I was like, your proof doesn't mean, oh, yo, like, you sent me proof at Val, then what did you do? Like, fuck off, don't even want to talk to you, is what I said. Whenever we would hang out, he would always stay up, like, late as hell with his friends, but whenever he was with me, he would need, like, 7 hours of sleep, like, or, like, he couldn't function the next day, like, you know, like, what? So, I was like, have fun with them, like, I don't even want to see you, whatever. And he's like, I want you, but I need 7 hours of sleep. And I was like, fuck off with your 7 hours of sleep bullshit, like, goodbye. He's like, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, because he spam called me, like, telling me to let him come over and stuff. And I was like, you woke me the fuck up for fucking nothing. He's like, I'm sorry, I just wanted to link you. And then I was like, you guys are also, wish I never got involved with any of you, worst thing I've ever done. So yeah, that, like, he was like, well, I had bare opportunities tonight and didn't take shit. Don't want, no thanks. I just want to see you. Like, okay, so they're gross now, but when you cheated on me, they weren't? Like, what do you mean? Basically, it was just a bunch of bullshit. And then literally 2 weeks ago, I guess, like, I made a TikTok, that wasn't really a joke, but it was just like, it was like funny, so like I had to, but I didn't even like say her name or anything, like I just, like, you know. And I guess her friends knew it was about her because they know the story, because she would just rant about like how she would sleep with all these guys, blah blah blah, and just like literally tell everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, it was like, it's not a flex, like, it's embarrassing, like, just why are you even saying that? So anyways, she was telling me this story at work about how she like slept with 5 guys in one day. So I made a TikTok about that, and I was like, when I thought this girl was my friend And hold on, let me go see what it says. It says, I was once friends with this girl who bragged about sleeping with 5 guys in one day, and then she slept with my boyfriend at the time while she had a boyfriend. Crazy, is what the TikTok said. So I guess she gave her friend that I met at Rolling Loud my number, and she texts me. And she's like, is this Aaron? And I was like, yeah, who's this? She's like, it doesn't matter, but I know you. And she's like, stop posting about her name. And I was like, I can literally post what I want, like it's my page, like what do you mean? And then basically she started beefing me for a while, and she was like, she was just saying like really like stupid stuff. And she was like, unblock her. Like she was never like blocked. Like I blocked her Instagram, but like she was never blocked on TikTok. Like her number was never blocked until recently, actually. So anyways, I was like, why are you texting me? Like just get her to text me herself, like whatever. Because she literally knew the TikTok was about her. Like who else would it be about? Like she's the one who told that story, and it's turned out to be not a story. So anyways, she calls me at like, I don't know, 1 a.m. and I just got home, so like from hanging out with people, and I just got home and she texts me, and then she ends up calling me and just like going off completely. So I'm gonna play this video, but basically at the end of it she admits that, you know, it was true and that like her boyfriend at the time knew about it. Actually I'll just skip to the part because it's literally so long. Wait, hold on, I'll let it play.
So what about the 5 guys then? What was that about?
He knows about that.
Oh, so it's true? So it's true?
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
So anyways, I don't know, that was just like so funny. She didn't even know I was recording at the time, so she literally just admitted that like it was true, and then she was like, well, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, is it true then? And basically she was just super heated. So yeah, that happened like about a week ago. And she was like, yeah, I don't even know. She was like telling me to like pull up to like her house and everything, but like I've been to her house. Her dad literally has cameras. Like why would I go there? Dad, who has cameras everywhere, is just gonna let like some random ass girl just go to your house. She was like, you know where I live, like what do you mean? So yeah, we literally like beefed for like a while the other week. The last times I hung out with her, we went to Wasaga, and we were like obviously drinking, like it was a weekend, whatever. And later that night I was supposed to go to the drive-in with my boyfriend, and so we get back to like Barrie, and it was like a half an hour from Wasaga, and he pulls up and he's like, okay, like let's go to the drive-in, whatever. So I go, and she comes with me, and we get in the car. And I don't like think there's a problem, but like I was like intoxicated, like, you know. So he's like, okay, like he's like freaking out. He's like, I'm not even gonna go now, like it was just supposed to be me and you, blah blah blah. And I guess like we all end up hanging out. I don't even remember. But at some point like they end up getting kicked out of my house and like locked out, and I guess he's waiting in the parking lot, and she was across the field apparently sleeping like on the ground, so she says. But my boyfriend told me after that when they both got locked out, he was walking to his car and she followed him, and she was like, so what are your plans for tonight? Like my plans were Aaron, but now she's like, she locked us out, like what are you doing, blah blah blah. And he's like, okay, I'm probably gonna go home. So he says, like who knows, he's the biggest liar I know, but so he says. He's like, well, I'm probably gonna go home, like whatever. And then fast forward to 6 a.m. They're both still up, they're both still in Barrie. I'm texting them both at the same time, which is like, I'm like, okay, like this is kind of weird. Like why are you both up, why are you both still here? If you got locked out hours ago, like what are you still doing? So anyway, she's telling me that she's like across the road in the field, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, like you can come back, I guess. And I told him the same thing. I was like, okay, you can come back. And keep in mind, like me and her both had to work like that day. She worked a couple hours before me, but it was like 6-7 a.m. and she's like still drinking. She's drinking like my stuff actually. So she's still drinking at 6 a.m. and I'm like trying to like nap before I can go to work because like I didn't get a good sleep. And so it's my boyfriend, me, and then I let her like sleep on the edge, whatever. And like me and my boyfriend are obviously cuddling, and she's like, Aaron, like I want to cuddle, like I want to cuddle, and I'm like, okay, like what the fuck. So she like grabs my hand or whatever, and I'm like, okay, like this is super weird. Anyways, she gets up, she goes to the bathroom, she's arguing with her boyfriend. She lied about where she was going, blah blah blah, because her boyfriend like doesn't like me, I guess, because we were all hanging out one time, and I guess he said some dumb shit, and I got mad, and then my boyfriend's friend got mad at him because obviously he's gonna take my side, you know. So anyway, she's arguing with her boyfriend, and then she takes my boyfriend's keys because her car is like at McDonald's, like down the street, so it's like obviously not walking distance. She takes my boyfriend's keys. She asks him if he can drive her first. So we're like, okay, yeah, like yeah, sure, whatever. We can drive you to your car. So she takes his keys, runs out the door, and me and him are like what the hell? Like, he's like, go get my keys. Like, what the hell? She took my keys, and I was like, no, she didn't. Like, what? So anyways, I go out to his car, and I get in the car, and she's sitting in the back of his car, and I'm like, okay, like what? So anyways, we drive her to her car. And she's like, she says my boyfriend's name, and she's like, can you drive me, like, can you follow me just to make sure, like, I'm safe? And I give my boyfriend, like, a side eye. I'm like, what? Like, that's whatever. And he's like, what the hell? Like, no, like, you can just FaceTime Aaron when you get there, blah, blah, blah. And so, anyways, she ends up going to work. And that was the end of that. And then I get there, she's so drunk as hell. She's literally on the floor of work, like, and she's... I don't even know if I can say this, but yeah, she like did some like weird stuff at work, some illegal stuff at work actually. And keep in mind, like we worked at a kid's store, like we literally worked, I don't even know if I can like say the company's name, but we worked at like a kid's clothing store. So like that's not really like good to be like around kids. Like, what are you doing? Like, she literally, like, you're not allowed to drink at work, for one. She kept drinking at work. She did something else at work that's, like, pretty illegal. You're obviously not allowed to do that. It's a kid's store. Like, what are you thinking? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that happened. I think that's, like, it. I think that's it. I'm trying to think of, like, anything else. But basically, like, the whole time we were friends, he was like, she's not a good friend. Like, she's not your friend. Blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like you watched me become friends with her and you didn't say a word. Like, you did not say a word. So she's not a good friend, you're not a good friend either, you know? And he wasn't a good boyfriend either. Like, honestly, he would make me go halves for everything, like pay halves for everything other than like dinner and drinks. But like, that's not to sound like spoiled or anything, but I feel like that's bare minimum in like a relationship, or like not to sound ungrateful, but I feel like that's like bare minimum, you know what I mean? Like, he would never buy me anything. We actually went to the mall and he literally made me hold his bags, like, while he spent like thousands of dollars. Like, we went to like fucking Yorkdale or whatever, like Toronto Mall, and yeah, he literally made me hold his fucking bags when he was buying like Burberry, Montclair, purple jeans, all this stuff, and he made me hold his bags. So yeah, he would like never buy me anything besides dinner, drinks, and like I would honestly, like, I bought him like more than he bought me. Like, I would buy him like little gifts here and there, whatever. He would never do that. Like, he got me flowers once the entire 2 years we were together. Like, wow, thanks, after I like mentioned it a lot of times. He's like, I don't do gifts. Like, what? Like, what? So yeah, we wouldn't do Christmas gifts or like birthday gifts, whatever, even though I still got him something on his birthday. But it wasn't even like meant for his birthday because he doesn't do gifts, so it just ended up getting delivered to his house on his birthday. So yeah, he was like not a good boyfriend, obviously. Cheated probably multiple times. I only can confirm once, but I know there's like a couple other times, because there was just like some super weird stuff. Like, he would never unadd anybody. He would never show me his phone. He's like, going on phones is immature. Like, yeah, it is, I agree, but like, if you're not hiding anything, then you shouldn't have an issue. He was basically like super slimy, and he talks bad about all his friends. Like, actually his one best friend, I feel super bad for him because he would always like just like talk like crap about him to me, and his best friend doesn't believe this, but it's true. So, and I actually still have messages about him saying that. And then I became like super good friends, like best friends with his best friend's ex-girlfriend. So we're like super like good friends now. But yeah, and he's trying to he's trying to, I don't know, he's just like super slimy. Talk shit about him, talk shit about his other friend actually. And like there was actually an incident where we were at his friend's house, and we went and hung out with his other friend who I was just talking about. I don't have like other names for them, so it could get confusing. But anyways, we were at his friend's house, and prior to, we were hanging out with his other friend, but we told them that like we couldn't hang out because I guess they didn't really like get along. So, and I liked hanging out with them better because like, you know, my friend was there. So yeah, we went and hung out with them, and then told his friend that we couldn't come, but we ended up going there later in the night. And then I guess his girlfriend had my location from another time. I don't give like anybody my location, but she had it still, and I forgot about that. And she saw, I guess they were checking my location. Super weird, but like, yeah, I don't know. He was kind of obsessed with my boyfriend, so I wouldn't, you know, put it past him. It was like super weird, but yeah, they were checking my location, and they saw us go like hang out in like the city where like his other friend lived. And so we got back, we hung out with them, and then so he confronted my boyfriend, and he basically lied and blamed it on me. And then he looked at me and was like, go along with it basically. And I was like, bro, he's literally lying like right now. And then me and my boyfriend get in like into a fight because I don't like that fake shit. Like, why are you gonna lie to both your friends right now and then blame it on me and then tell me to go along with it, which is I guess what he did with the girls that he cheated on me with. So he's like not a good friend, not a good boyfriend. Talk shit about his best friend. His best friend doesn't believe it, even though like, you know, I feel super bad. But yeah, he won't believe it. I mean, bros will be bros, you know, like, they're super weird. But yeah, I feel super bad. Yeah, so any more that I'm missing, but you get the point. So yeah, I don't know, might make a part 2. We'll see if I think of anything else, but I'm sure I will, and I'm sure I will forget to record it in this. So anyways, yeah, that's the tea.